So we're going to take a look here at Jack and Ruth's dining room table, set for 8 people this time. So we've got 8 place settings, 8 chairs set up, so you can kind of see what that looks like. So the first thing to note is that the curved side, option 1, is not quite as tight, and the telltale area is right here. We can kind of see with option 2, because of the curve, this place setting, when it's at its end, needs to come a little bit farther in. And so it gets a little bit tighter. You can see these are a little closer together, and we lose that inch between here that we had. So the other shape lays out just a little bit more efficiently, I think. So you just get a little bit more breathing room because of this longer edge along here. We don't have the edge dropping off sooner like we have in that second option. And I'll also show here, because I think Jack had mentioned kind of pulling up along the edge here. So you can kind of see I had to take the placemats out because they don't fit at all in this arrangement. You can see they'd be all over the top of each other. So this is without placemats. You can see it's still pretty tight in this area that we have kind of allotted for a person's space. We're overlapping a lot. So this is with, kind of diagonals on the end there. Oh, I just noticed this is actually 10 people at the table. Let me change that. All right, so now we're back to apples and apples. So now this is with 8 people at the table, very much more informal, with people kind of pulled up at the end. So yeah, you can see you do actually get quite a bit. You get quite a bit more space. We actually have space between all of these. So that's funny. I was trying to set it the whole time for 10 people instead of 8, and thinking this is no way this is better, but this is, yeah, quite a bit more space, isn't it? When we pull people off the 45, so good. Jack had a good idea there. Okay, great. So this is the informal kind of pulling off at a 45, and how many people you can get with that. So let's just look at, jump over to this angle over here. With the nautical curved side. Set for 8 people. So option 2, set with the more formal arrangement with 3 at the end, 3 at the sides, and 1 at the end. And this is with the less formal 45s at the end. No placemats. Should have some napkins on the table. And right now this table we're showing is the kind of the simplest, does not have a leaf. And if I think we can find the ability to insert leaves, we can make this, go ahead and make this like an 8-foot table, or even the ability to go to like the 9 feet if you want to really comfortably sit people around it in a more formal layout. Let's look at the one more angle, which is kind of from the living room. So there's that living room. View of that seating arrangement. So it does turn out with these round ends, I think it does become quite a bit more functional. Here's that formal arrangement of option 2 with the seat at each end, placemats. It still works, it's just a little bit tighter in the formal seating arrangement. And that curved side, the nautical table. I really liked this one. It was just kind of unique and fun. The oval is a little bit more traditional maybe, and does seem more functional. Honestly, with that, the ability to pull those tables 45 off the side. It's not quite as like neat looking, but I don't have these totally symmetrical either. You know, they could be a little bit more symmetrically laid out. But I think this shows well enough the functionality and how you definitely get more space. And I'm thinking of increasing the width of this table. Just make it, instead of 39, go ahead and just make it 40. So because there seems like there's plenty of space on both sides, just so we get a 7-foot long by 40-inch wide table. And I think the table itself is tighter than the space around it as far as how we balance the small space. So I think just taking that table to 40 inches is probably a safe thing to do. It's a little bit nice round number instead of 39. Sorry, I was crashing into walls there. Okay, so hopefully that helps us get a direction for that tabletop shape. Seeing it set for 8 people, that was a good idea to look at that. All right, let's discuss and see which way we want to go. Thanks. I forgot one view that's important, so let's look at the plan view. Option 1, looking at how we move around that table. Option 2, that formal place setting. And option 2 with an informal, angled at the end setting. All right, that's really the end this time. Thanks.